fantasy and reality for Patrick, and it wouldn't be the last. When I was a kid, I loved milk. I drank almost a gallon a day. Patrick, on the other hand, despised milk. Looking back, he was probably lactose intolerant, and I'm sure milk upset his stomach. But I made it my personal mission to make Patrick love milk just as much as I did. After all, milk builds strong bones, the ads on TV told us. I wanted to make sure my younger brother had strong bones, just like me. Reason didn't work on Patrick, and neither did bribery. So I tried lying, and that did the trick. I created a lie so elaborate that I came to half believe it myself. I convinced Patrick that he was a superhero named Shazam, and that he needed milk to fuel his powers. Why couldn't he fly or jump over tall buildings? Why, it was because he wasn't drinking enough milk. And why hadn't Mom and Dad told Patrick he was a superhero? Why, because every superhero has a secret identity, and his was so secret, even his mother and father didn't know about it. So under my supervision, Patrick choked down glass upon glass of milk. He was frustrated that he didn't yet have X-ray vision or the ability to fly. But I patiently explained that his powers would come to him if he just drank more milk. The lie grew bigger and bigger over time. I'm certain that Patrick was having a hard time keeping his secret identity under wraps in kindergarten, where he had to sing the ABCs and finger paint with the mere mortals who were his classmates. But every superhero has a weakness, and Patrick's kryptonite was the rocket slide at the town park. The rocket slide was made up of a tower with a ladder running through the center of it, and a metal spiral slide that wrapped around it. Patrick was absolutely terrified of that slide, just as I was when I was a kid. He wouldn't get within 50 feet of that thing. So I convinced Patrick that by climbing that ladder, all of the powers that were promised to him would be bestowed when he reached the top. He would be able to fly, to see with X-ray vision, and to finally get his Shazam suit. Plus, as a kicker, he'd get a Shazam action figure. All he needed to do was to conquer his fears and climb that ladder. Still, Patrick was skeptical. It took weeks of convincing before Patrick finally stepped inside the tower and began the long climb up the ladder. Little did he know, I was right behind him. When Patrick got to the top, the sky did not part, and he was not transformed into a being with superpowers. Not even an action figure in sight. There was just an older brother who pushed him down the slide, head first. The superhero scam ended in that moment, and I'm sure many dreams died for Patrick on that day. I can't imagine the psychological damage that occurs when you've spent a year living a secret identity as a superhero with no actual powers, only to find that it was all a lie. All I know is, to this day, Patrick won't go near a glass of milk. The Shazam story was a big lie, but there were lots of smaller ones along the way. In the early 80s, a marvelous new technological wonder called the VCR started appearing in homes. The VCR allowed you to watch movies on your TV when you wanted to, an incredibly novel concept at the time. Picking out a movie from the video rental place was a big deal. We weren't especially well off, so as a family, we were very careful about which film we brought into our house on a Saturday night. We took turns choosing, and on this night it was Patrick's turn to pick. Patrick wanted to rent Meatballs, a raucous comedy about summer camp, which was a big hit of the day. But I had already seen it, so I wanted him to pick something else. Patrick wasn't budging. So I convinced him that Meatballs was the most boring movie ever created. I told him that the whole film consisted of a single shot of